All right, what's going on, guys? This is the first episode of Hardwood Green, the quick, not taking up too much of your time, the quick Celtics audio segment presented by a guy at Boston Sports. I felt there was a need for this. It's going to be like the Twitter of podcasts. Nice, short, brief. Let you listen to it. Let you respond. Let me know on Twitter what you think at EvGuyBoston. I'm Evan Singleton, and let's get to episode 1. The first thing we're going to do in almost every episode, just to keep it light, just to keep it fun, I'm going to ask you a trivia question. And you know what? You're going to have 10 seconds to get the right answer. It's just going to be for fun, for yourself. There's no way of me knowing if you're going to pause the podcast and go look it up or anything like that. So, you know what? It's just for you. And you're going to have 10 seconds. So here we go. How many times did the Celtics reach the NBA Finals in the 1980s? 10 seconds on the clock. Correct answer is 5. They reached the NBA Finals 1981, 1984, 85, 86, and 87. They went on to win those in 81, 84, and 86. So there is the first trivia question. Now let's actually get into the crux of the episode here. And like I said, this is going to be a very quick audio segment, so often I will be asking on Twitter for a topic of your choosing, and I might pick one, I might pick two, depending on the time. Today I put it out there, I said I'm starting a new Celtics podcast, and I guess I don't know if it's a podcast or a short audio segment. We don't know yet. We don't know what the hell this is. But I asked, what is the topic you want to talk about today? And we got one right away. Lonnie Adolphson, I hope I'm saying your last name right, brother. He says, why do the Celtics struggle against subpar teams, but then they go and do good against teams that are good and seeded high? So that's a topic that a lot of us Celtics fans and anyone that's been dealing with the team, we've thought about that, right? We've thought about how do you go and take 2 out of 3 against Toronto, but then how do you lose to the Knicks, the Nets, the Charlotte Hornets, just teams that are, like he says, it's subpar. The Orlando Magic twice, like that is a genuine question, and it's kind of befuddling, but I think the easiest way to answer that, Lonnie, and the easiest way I can put this is the fact that this team is so young. All right? You are led by Kyrie Irving, only 26 years old. Then you have your young bloods like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, even Marcus Smart. You know what I mean? None of these guys are, foolproof veterans. None of these guys are veterans whatsoever, other than maybe, Al Horford, Aaron Baines. We can call them veterans, but are they really that guy? You know what I mean? Marcus Smart is the longest tenured Celtic right now, and he's 24 years old. This team is so young, and that is my answer to why do they play down to the opponent's level and then up to the opponent's level. It's because this team isn't built right now. They just don't have the experience to get up for every single game. They don't have the ability to say, all right, we're going into Orlando, a terrible team. Let's just punch them in the face and get the hell out of here. Not saying they haven't done that this year. They've done that with a few games. But just the fact that they're so young, they don't know what that means. So of course it's incredibly exciting to be like, all right, we're playing the Philadelphia 76ers on Christmas. Let's go. But then you have a little road trip in Florida and you lose to Miami, Orlando, and then you go to Brooklyn and lose to them right away. Like, those games just don't have the excitement to those young guys. And like I've said since the get, if you watch any of my live streams after the Celtics games or anything like that, I've always said this team, the problem with them isn't that they're too talented. That's such a bullshit excuse. It really is. Oh, we're too talented. Are the Warriors too talented? Are the Warriors too talented? Were the Miami Heat too talented when they had LeBron, D Wade, and Chris? No. There's no such thing as too much talent. What it is they're just so inconsistent. And again, that triggers that youth. You know what I mean? When you have Kyrie Irving and Marcus Smart as your two locker room leaders, a 26-year-old and a 24-year-old, I mean, at least Kyrie's won a championship, but it wasn't his own championship. He did a lot to win that championship, but it wasn't his own. Everyone's going to give that to LeBron. LeBron brought that to Cleveland, not Kyrie. So that's the inconsistency. They don't know how to play with each other. They don't know what works. And then we can tie it back into what I said. The inconsistency of, all right, we got to figure out a way to get excited about every single game. How do we tell ourselves this game matters when, at the base of it, maybe it doesn't to some of these guys? Maybe Jason Tatum doesn't give a shit about losing to Orlando on January 12th, on a Saturday. Maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe he doesn't. I'm not saying, either way, but that's the type of thing, you don't realize that maybe the young guys don't grasp that. Oh, hey, if we lose games now, it might hurt us in the playoffs. This ain't early on in the season anymore. So that type of thing. So Lonnie, I'm going to answer that question just simply that this team is so young. That is my exact reason. That is why I believe they do this type of stuff. And that's why it's so frustrating to watch. I don't think it's going to be a problem going forward. I don't think so at all. I think that it's actually going to be an easy fix. I do. If we can train these young guys to learn to play together and to play the right way and not care about getting theirs, and, that Saturday night game in Orlando matters, that type of thing, we'll see some improvement. This team is very inconsistent. You can see that by the streaks they've gone on. They've gone on 3-game losing streaks, follow it by an 8-game winning streak. That is the definition of inconsistent. They're not doing anything consistently. Right now, they're on another win streak. They have Golden State tomorrow night. That'll be a tough one. But guess what? I guarantee you they'll play some great basketball. Some great basketball against Golden State. Then they have the Brooklyn Nets on Monday, another Brooklyn Monday. You know what? I'll say it now. I don't think they're going to play as good of basketball as they do against Golden State, because it's like when you see in the NFL when bad teams play against the Patriots, right? And it's like, oh, week 3 is their Super Bowl. Jacksonville Jaguars, for example. They want to take down the Patriots so bad because they get up, they get excited, energetic about that game. I think that that's what's happening with the Celtics right now. And I think Kyrie Irving hasn't fully developed enough to make sure that doesn't happen. Marcus Smart isn't offensive enough to get the offense going, being like, hey, let's keep playing, let's do this. It all falls on Kyrie Irving, and you know what? He's young too. I hate the people saying Kyrie Irving should be a better leader and stuff. I don't like him calling out his teammates, I'll say that. I don't think age matters for that. But Kyrie's not the age of a true leader. He's got a couple more years before he's an absolute locker room commander. He's only 26 years old. 26 years old. So why do the Celtics play down to their competition? It's an age thing for me. And you know what? That's an easy fix. It really is. So, that's the first episode of Hardwood Green. Let me know what you think of it. You can reach me on Twitter at EvGuyBoston, or you can email me evansingleton@GuyBostonSports.com. And we'll catch you next time.